First time I heard you guys was Blackwater Park because Stephen Wilson was telling me about you guys. Because Porcupine Tree opened for us in 2000, and he was telling me all about you guys. And I'd only heard the name, and I just thought you were just strictly black metal, death metal, and I didn't realize how diverse your overall sound was. So I heard Blackwater Park, and then from then I was totally a fan. But I don't remember the first time I spoke to you or hooked up.
No, we were supposed to go to a show. You're playing in Stockholm. I couldn't go at the time, so you met my wife, I think, first.
Okay.
Then I met you in a later gig or something.
It had such an impact on both of us. We can't even remember. I remember. Well, I was playing the Damnation CD for our intermission music on. I think the Train of Thought tour.
We must have met on that tour.
Maybe.
Like a late, because I remember going to a Dream Theater gig and you played like the Damnation record in the pause, I think.
Right. So
we must have met then.
Yeah, I guess so.
Maybe I was drunk.
I was sober and I still don't remember. But we were emailing each other before then, I think.
Yeah.
Just talking about shit.
Yeah, and then we met we haven't met that many times. It's like four times.
I mean, I've seen. I went and saw Opeth in Finland, and in New York City, and then also on Gigantor and
New Jersey Gigantor.
Right. So seen you guys like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, that's right. The horrible Finnish gig you came to, I think.
You thought that was horrible?
Oh, that was shit.
Really?
Really horrible.
I thought it was amazing. I only saw the second half of the show. We were doing pre-production in Finland for the Octavarium tour, and they were playing. And I only saw the second half of the show, and the audience was in a fucking trance. You could hear a pin drop. I thought it was intense.
I think maybe they thought we sucked. That's why.
No.
We had a lighting guy, like a really nice guy, but he was like, he's just pitch black all the time, and it's like couldn't see you.
I thought it was supposed to be pitch black all the time. I thought that added to the mood. I was like, man, I felt like I was like, at a show in 1971, seeing Pink Floyd, like, the Live at Pompeii period. It was just like you could hear a pin drop.
I hated it. But I remember James came to that show as well, and some of your crew.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, that's fun. I can talk forever about those guys. It's I don't, I'm trying to keep my cool, but I've been a big fan of Mike and Dream Theater since they put out their second album. It was a video for Pull Me Under, I think it was.
Oh, horrible video. I hate that video.
I was like, I never heard, at the time I just got into like Yes, but I was looking for a band like Dream Theater, I guess, and that song just blew my head clean off. And also the singer, James, had a Napalm Death t-shirt, and I was like, kind of can relate to because I was a big Napalm Death fan.
Yeah, see, James isn't even a Napalm Death fan. I don't think he's ever even heard them.
Yeah.
He just happened to put that shirt on that day because Barney was a friend of mine, and
he's a big fan too.
Yeah, Barney was our first like metal crossover fan.
Yeah.
And so James just put that shirt on, but it was amazing how much street credibility that shirt gave us.
Yeah, I was like, wow, that's really cool, because at the time I was more or less a death metal, black metal head. But I was like, good guitar players. I love John Petrucci and, good musicians overall, and I've been looking for a band like that for a long time, I guess, So since then I became I think we sound the way we do much thanks to you guys, actually, to be honest.
That's very cool, man. Thank you.
And I bought every album since, so it's, I'm a massive fan. What can I say?
That's awesome, because most people hate us. It's all because of the Napalm Death shirt, man. If it wasn't for that shirt, you would have brushed us off like everyone else.
No, not at all. I really like that song, I just instantly went out and bought the record.
Did you see us when we played in Sweden on that tour?
I saw you, not on that tour, I saw you on the Awake tour.
At Circus?
Yeah.
Oh my God,
and
that was a memorable gig.
I remember James came in and the mic wasn't working, he was just throwing the mic and it was for the song Pull Me Under.
We opened the show with that, his mic wasn't working and he just threw a fucking pissy fit,
Yeah,
threw
yeah.
his mic, walked off stage, and if
Yeah.
I remember, we stopped.
Yeah, and you came back in and
I
started
can't
over
believe
again.
you were there,
Oh,
man.
yeah, sure.
Oh, that was a nightmare
But
gig.
I was there with a friend of mine, and I was like, wow, this is, you know.
And you still like the show, even though? Or you were just-
I loved the show. I actually, you know,
Wow.
I got like almost tears in my eyes during
Wow.
the show. It was such a good, fantastic show. It was one of my favorite, like, best shows I ever been to.
Wow.
I think, you know, I really love it. And the place is good. You know,
Yeah.
Circus is a very nice venue as well.
Was that, was Fate's Warning opening for us? I think they were opening for us on that tour.
Wasn't it? Maybe that was on a later tour, Vandenplass.
Yeah, that was a later tour.
Okay. Yeah, maybe it was. Yeah, maybe it was Fate's Warning.
I remember, the two things I remember about that gig is it was a nightmare with the show starting like that, but then also we slept over, parked in the parking lot that night, and I got so pissed drunk on the bus that night, hanging out with, do you know Leif Edling?
Of course, yeah.
From Candlemass?
Yeah, good friend of
He hung out all night on the bus, and that was back in my drinking days, and I remember waking up the next morning, he was like in the parking lot with his clothes off, and he had like thrown up outside the bus, and it was one of those crazy nights.
Yeah, you know, it was a good show anyway.
It was a good night. I can't believe you're at that show.
Yeah, that was my first Dream Theater gig, and then I pretty much went to, if I was home, I went to all the gigs that you did in Stockholm.
Oh, I think maybe it was the first time we met at a Sweden Rock Festival, or no? No, we had met.
That might have been it, actually.
Maybe.
Now that you mention it.
And wasn't that where you, if I heard the story correctly, isn't that where you met your new guitar player?
Yeah, we met there. But I remember because I had met James just prior to Sweden Rock, because we did the Arian record. So I might have met you for the first time at Sweden Rock, actually.
That was the first show of the tour, which was also a disaster. You've seen like all the most disastrous.
That was cool.
tours.
That was really cool. I like that show.